Hello, I'm Andy, and I'm going to read to you a program called Tarot Your Love Story, and that's for October 2018, and it's for you coming from Libra. So let's start with the first 15 days of October. I'm going to shuffle my Kabbalistic tarot cards, and I'm going to talk to you about the area of romance for the first 15 days of October. Let's see what the card says for you coming from Libra. And for you coming from Libra, it's a wonderful card. It says you're going to get plenty of possibilities of a new romance. Your aura is shining, and so you're attracting a lot of interest. So go out to places where you want to attract the right kind of people. Communicate, show what interest you have in people, and you will be able to find this wonderful romance for yourself in the first 15 days of October. Now I'm going to quickly shuffle the cards again and talk to you about your area of marriage for the first 15 days of October. Everything is fine except for who wants to take charge about making an important decision in the first 15 days of October where your marriage is concerned. So if I were you, I would let my marriage partner take control, and you will have a wonderful first 15 days of October. It's as simple as that. That's the only underlying difference. Otherwise, everything goes very nicely for you, and you're going to have a wonderful marriage situation in the first 15 days of October. Now let's talk about the general family area, which includes your parents, your siblings, brothers, sisters, aunties and uncles, and to see whether you should consult them or get your advice about everything and what is the situation. It's a card of infinity, which means goodness. So there is an infinite foreverness, well it never is, but there is an infinite kind of a situation where you'll get along and get a lot of help from your parents or siblings or relatives. So I would say by all means consult them or speak to them if you have any issues, or go to see them if you want to take some advantage for yourself. No harm. Communicate and ask favors. Now I'm going to talk to you about the last 15 days of romance and marriage areas. So your first 15 days was pretty good, and now your last 15 days, let's see what happens. And I'm going to talk to you about romance for the last 15 days of October, and this is not a good card at all. It shows conflict, provocation, opposition, and it's raining as well on this card, and the sign of Mars is there, and so you will provoke and you will attract a lot of difficulties with your marriage partner in the last 15 days. So what should you do? Well, if you value the marriage, you should back off. There's no point trying to retaliate, because this card is very strong here, and it says that sudden and unexpected issues, including financial issues, are also a problem. Don't be stubborn, the advice is. So if I were you, I would just give way as much as possible as you can to your marriage partner about a decision of some kind or an action of some kind, and that would reduce the conflict and you will have a much better time. So the romance area, and that may apply to the marriage area as well. Now, let's see if you find a new romance, what happens. Well, if you find a new romance, you're asking for trouble, it says, because trouble comes along with the new romance in the last 15 days. So should you grab the romance? Well, I'm sure you want to grab the romance because you are interested in that romance in the first place. But be careful, it comes with a lot of anger, and it comes with a lot of differences. So it's had a bad time, this new romance, and now it wants to find a safe harbor. No harm with that, but take your time. I don't like this card very much that I've just pulled about a new romance. Let's go to your marriage area. Well, it's the card of death. But that doesn't mean death like we know death. It just means that all the problems have died. So they are all behind you. So let's start new all over again with the goodness of life. That's what this card means. So I would say that it's a good enough card to tell yourself that forget past issues, don't bring them up, and forget all kinds of antagonism that you had between your marriage partner and you, and start fresh by giving way, by showing appreciation, by showing support. After all, it's you who's listening to me, and that way go new Go brand new with your intention of making the present and the future as happy as you can. So I like this card in that way. Immediately shows that there are problems, but you can get rid of them and you can move ahead very nicely. Now I'm to pull a card regarding your family areas, including your siblings and your uncles and aunties. Well, this card I don't like very much. It says the more you outpour, the more you pour out whatever you are harboring in your heart to your parents or siblings or relatives, the worst things can happen. So you don't want their interference, or you don't want their advice, or you don't want them to know whether in your area of romance or whether in your area of marriage you're having problems. I would say that would be the way to just keep them out of it, and that would be better. Now I want to talk to you about sexual energy. It's a very powerful energy, a very important energy. There's so much involved in a relationship where sex is concerned. So let me see, in the month of October, you coming from Libra, what can we talk about your sexual energy? Well, I'm not complaining. It's the card of Venus. It's the card of Venus. So I'm not complaining for you coming from Libra. So I would say your sexual energy is very active. So in the romance area, or in the new romance or ongoing romance or the marriage area, you will be a person who will like to be very active. So how do you start all that? By being very nice to your partner and bring flowers home and bring presents and go out for dinner, get the ambience of nice places to go. Get all that done in the month of October, and you will see that the flow of sexual energy will be wonderful for you. Okay? Now I want to talk to you about your lucky dates, D-A-T-E-S. Every month there will be some very lucky dates for you. And for the month of October, for Libra, your lucky dates are, well, it's the card of Mercury, and it's the card of Venus, and it's the card of Saturn. So Mercury is leading, so I'm going to say that the 5th, the 14th, and the 23rd are going to be very, very lucky days for you in the month of October. Whether for the romance, whether for the marriage, whether to go out, have good times, whether to discuss important issues, the 5th, 14th, 23rd, bookmark that, morning, afternoon, evening, night time. You will have many solutions coming your way. And now I'm going to talk to you about your lucky ages. There will be certain people with lucky ages who will do very well every month. So for the month of October, let's see what your lucky ages are for you coming from Libra. Okay, it's another Mercury card. So I'm going to say that those who are the ages of 23 or 32 or 41 or 50 or 59 or 68 or 77, you're going to be one very, very lucky person. And you will be able to just be lucky, whether in the romance, whether in the marriage. The harmony is just beautiful for you. If you are not of these ages, well, you can have a 90-minute session with me, which will cost you USD 50. And during the 90 minutes, I'll have your date of birth and your time of birth, and I'll look at your palms, I'll face read you, I'll use Kabbalistic Tarot, and we'll talk about your next 7, 8, or 9 years, but I'll talk to you about that more a bit later. Now I'm going to talk to you about your lucky colors for the month of October for you coming from Libra. It's a beautiful card of turquoise, all that lovely turquoise here. And again the card of Venus as well. So I'll have to say your lucky color for the month of October is the color turquoise. It's a magical color. It's said that God needed the assistance of angels to create turquoise. So what a powerful color that would be if you wear as much as you can, undergarments, top garments, contact turquoise, and your aura will shine and you'll be very, very lucky. Now I'm going to talk to you about a zodiac sign in the month of October, somebody coming from Cancer or Pisces or Aries or whatever. That's a zodiac sign. That's what you call a zodiac sign. And what is a zodiac sign that is going to bring trouble for you? So you should be very careful what you say and don't divulge your secrets, and be very cautious of that person for you coming from Libra. And this is the card of Sagittarius. So I worry that somebody from Sagittarius is going to get many arguments with you, many differences with you, and of course you'll be very upsetted by this person from Sagittarius. If somebody of your romance, the new one or the ongoing one, or your marriage partner comes from Sagittarius, be very careful how you deal with this person. Things can go out of control very fast. You have to be very cautious what you say, what you do. So there you are. And if it's somebody you know as a friend or a contact, don't discuss your personal matters with anybody coming from Sagittarius in that way. So watch out, Sagittarius person can cause stress upon you very easily in the month of October. Now I'm going to talk about someone you want to form an attachment to, someone you are attracted to in the month of October, and that person would be from Aquarius. So somebody from Aquarius is attracting you, or you are attracting somebody from Aquarius. And so, what do you do about it? Now that's the point. Well, if you're married, don't do anything about it. You don't want an interference of any kind. But if you're not married, and you're attracting a nice contact from somebody from Aquarius, go ahead. Or this person, even if you're married, may become your best friend, and you may be able to confide in this person. It could be nice love in a way of friendliness. So friendliness or romance or getting very serious with somebody of Aquarius would be pretty good for you, I would say, in the month of October. Well, that's what I have to talk to you about, so I'll stop shuffling my tarot cards. And I'm already Skyping, and for a 90-minute Skype session, I charge USD 50. And in this 90 minutes, I'll talk to you about your next 7 or 8 years or 9 years, and I'll give you a lot of information based on your date of birth, time of birth, looking at your palms, face reading you as well, and even using Kabbalistic tarot. And in that 90 minutes, I'll talk to you about and give you information, lots of it, about your lucky colors, your lucky gemstones, your lucky directions, your lucky days, and your lucky personal lottery numbers, so that you can compare your personal lottery numbers, which you will use for the rest of your life. You compare them every month with what I'm giving for people, all people in Libra. And you can compare and see whether if the numbers you have for the rest of your life are going very close to the numbers I'm giving for October, then you've got to get busy. So a lot of information will be given to you, and all that for just USD 50 to know your next 7, 8 or 9 years in all areas of your life. And I'll go into depth about your health as well. So go to Facebook, go to Skype, send me an email, and let's get together and let's have this 90-minute session as quickly as possible. Until then, thank you and good luck.